The river's whisper, the drifter's tale. The drifter had no name, at least not one that mattered any more. Once he was someone, a father, a husband, a man with a steady job, but all that had been washed away by the relentless current of life. Now he lived in a band by the river, a rustic relic of his past that somehow still ran just like him. The river had become his only constant, its waters flowing peacefully, unaffected by the chaos of the world. He had seen him as the sun dipped low, casting long shadows over the trees and turning water into liquid gold. He would sit by his campfire, staring into the flames and the river beyond, his thoughts adrift. The van had been his home for 5 years, ever since everything else had fallen apart. He didn't need much, a guitar with a few missing strings, a small fire to keep him warm, and the sound of the river to keep him company. Sometimes he would play old songs that he barely remembered, strumming the strings lightly, as if the music was more for the river than for him. Other times he would sit in the silence, lend the flow of the water to the talking. His journey has been long and winding, from city streets to back roads, to deserts and mountain trails, but nothing about this place had kept him here longer than anything else. Maybe it was the stillness, the way the river never judged him, never asked where he had come from or where he was going. It just flowed, like time, like memory. The drifter liked to imagine that the river had carried his forgotten dreams with it, down to some distant sea, far from where he was now. Dreams of better days, like of his family, of love and laughter that had once filled his life. But he had learned long ago not to dwell on those thoughts. There was nothing to go back to, only the road ahead, wherever it might lead. As the last of the sun disappeared behind the trees, the drifter stirred the fire with a stick, watching the embers glow. The air cooled, the smell of pine and earth filled his senses, and he felt the familiar tug of solitude settle over him like a blanket. He knew he couldn't stay here forever. The river would move on, and so would he. But for now, under the fading light, with the band at his back and his river at his feet, he allowed himself one more night of peace. Tomorrow he would wake up, pack up his few belongings, and follow the road again. Just another drifter chasing the horizon. But tonight he would let the river carry him away in thought, just as it had done every evening since he had arrived. And for now, that was enough. The end.